making a vast, large neck section, so we're gonna break it up in pieces. What the fuck is this? Damn it. Well, let's hope that the signal maintains. Okay. No. Nope. We're not doing. We're doing Natasha Lyonne, don't you know? Natasha Lyonne. Well, Natasha Lyonne-ish. Natasha Lyonne, maybe. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Close your eyes.
In 1994, John Halichman, the Watergate co-conspirator, unlocked for me one of the great mysteries of modern American history. How did the United States entangle itself in a policy of drug prohibition that has yielded so much misery and so few good results? Americans have been criminalizing psychoactive substances since San Francisco's anti-opium law of 1875, but it was Halichman's boss, Richard Nixon, who declared the first war on drugs and set the country on the wildly punitive and counterproductive path it still pursues. I tracked Halichman, who had been Nixon's domestic policy advisor, to an engineering firm in Atlanta, where he was working on minority recruitment. I barely recognized him. He was much heavier than he'd been at the time of the Watergate scandal 2 decades earlier, and he wore a mountain man beard that extended to the middle of his chest. At the time, I was writing a book about the politics of drug prohibition. I started to ask Halichman a series of earnest, wonky questions that he impatiently waved away. You want to know what this was really all about? He asked with the bluntness of a man who, after public disgrace and a stretch in federal prison, had little left to protect. The Nixon campaign in 1968 and the Nixon White House after that had two enemies: the anti-war left and black people. You understand what I'm saying? We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black, but by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then criminalizing both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. We could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news. Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Well, of course we did. I must have looked shocked. Halichman just shrugged. Then he looked at his watch, handed me a signed copy of his steamy spy novel, The Company, and led me to the door. Dan Baum, Legalize It All. How to Win the War on Drugs, http://harpers.org/archive/2016/04/legalize-it-all/ Melvin Earl Combs, veteran of the U.S. Air Force, a forgotten unemployed veteran, turned to the streets and opted to sell heroin rather than be used by heroin. Made a name for himself under Nicky Barnes's muscle and hitman. Barnes led the council with the Italian-American Mafia. Prisoned in 1977, became an informant, made a case for the feds. Frank Lucas and Melvin cornered the business together. During the late 60s and early 70s, bought directly from the source. The Golden Triangle. Denzel performs you his story, and Jay-Z lays the tracks to it. Fell in love with model/teacher's assistant, Dennis and brought Keisha and Sean to the world. Born post a summer of love that housed the Harlem Music Festival in Upper Manhattan for the folk Woodstock did not accommodate. Melvin was mistaken for an informant and gunned down in 1972. His son Sean, age 3, would find out the truth of his death his second day at Howard University, combing through the microfiche of old newspapers. His father was among the first victims of a war on drugs in its last trimester. Half a century later, the son would have a larger empire, with a tight entanglement to the beast of this age that is still currently a mystery to those of us on this side of the court documents. For decades, Sean Combs /K/it Puff Daddy /K/it P. Diddy /K/it Diddy /K/it PD /K/it below the defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Tupac. How did Puff get time to do all this? Delaney. I'm confused. What year is it, Pac? Tupac. Why are you asking me that like I'm in the ring and knock the fuck out? It's 2023. CW. That's not what he means. Tupac. What he means that he thinks I'm late for a train or a bullet. CW. Look, the truth is, we're still alive. Combs was up to some things. You could help put him away. Delaney. I see. Is this America? CW. Same as it ever was, Sam. Tupac. Come on. That guy will just push me in front of his hose like he did you. Can I make a suggestion? Delaney. I'll bet you'll enjoy this. Go on. Tupac. You still got Puff? See if you can fit me inside his gum. Delaney. That'll cost us. Tupac. Nah, man, it won't. Just tell me if I've ever met this dude, because if I ain't met him, then I want to fuck him up. CW. Oh, really? I don't know if I like that kind of attitude. Delaney. Shut up, CW. Listen, what if you never met him? What if you've never been around him? Tupac. Man, we're family, motherfucker. I got you back. Delaney. That's not how it works, Pac. This is some I-ching shit. We need him to kill your ass. Tupac. I'll get there. I just got a little bit more work to do first. Delaney. You ain't got shit to do. All you have to do is open the door and shoot him in the face. And then we put him away and no one can ever trace him back to you. CW. That's fucking perfect, Pac. Tupac. Then the album comes out and it makes money and I get some help for the police. We all win. CW. And you get the girl. Tupac. Yeah, and I get the girl. Tupac. Alright, so if this is gonna happen and I'm here for the long haul, I need to set up the package properly. Get some protection in here. See, I want you to take a truck out to Manzanar and pick up as many black coats and white coats and tan coats as you can get your hands on. I'm gonna fill up these 3 warehouses, one in West and one in East and one in my father's shit house, and then I'm gonna split these other warehouses, these other companies with their guns and money into every major city from here to there and put these black coats on everybody. Delaney, I don't think we can do that. Tupac. No, but you can. Delaney, maybe if we had an hour and a half. Tupac. Well, I got an hour and a half. CW. This is fucking unreal. Tupac. Man, it's no big thing. And don't get no amateur actors. I need the real ones, professionals. No niggers with attitudes, and no French, and no Germans, and no Italians, and no Iranians, and no Greeks, and no Chinese, and no Koreans, and no fucking Afghans, and no Russian. CW. I thought you were talking about rap. This shit is far more expansive than some words and a beat. Delaney. Who's got a joint? Tupac. See what I mean? That's why you're gonna make this shit come together. You're gonna have people looking at this for days. In hindsight, looking back at our younger years, we tend to want to do it over again. We want to have the same experiences, make the same mistakes, and have the same laughs. Now, if only there was a time machine to take us back to those years. To take us back to the moment we were at our most naive and impressionable. And to take us back to the time when we were at our most stupid and ignorant. This is why I'm glad to say that I figured out how to use a model like GPT to change my name, address, and date of birth. Now, if only there was a model to do the same for Tupac, and to change his life and his actions and his death. See, double. And if I had the power to do it, would I do it? Delaney, you would, wouldn't you? You would take the power to change your own life and use it to change the life of another. Because, as you said, it's just that important. CW. But the power to change another's life without their consent, that's not something I'm comfortable with. Tupac. Someone trying to do that to you first, you cozy up to it damn quick. See, double. You know what's so interesting to me about this? We're talking about the fact that you were trying to do that to someone first, but if you did it first, you wouldn't be who you are. And you wouldn't be the person that people wanted to be around. And you wouldn't be the person that you were. You wouldn't have the relationships that you had. You wouldn't have the people around you that you did. You wouldn't have the power that you had. And, you know, all that power would be gone. And then what? What would you be? What would you do? What would you have to do to try and take it back? Tupac. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'd have to do. CWL. You'd have to have some sort of redemption story. Delaney. Right, and redemption, as you know, is always about the people that you hurt, the people that you betrayed, the people that you mistreated, and the people that you took advantage of. Tupac. Oh, I know that, but that's not something that I have the time for. Not when there's so much shit to be done. This story isn't about me. It's about the people that were hurt by me. And I don't have time for that. I have a war to fight. I have a fight to win. And I'm not going to let anybody stop me from doing it. Delaney, that's what I'm afraid of. CWO, that's what I'm afraid of too. Tupac, but what's it going to take? What's it going to take for you to believe me? Delaney, what would it take? Tupac, I trust you. I trust you with my life. I trust you with everything. I trust you to take me back to the old days, to the days when I was a man, to the days when I was a man who had a woman and who had a family, to the days when I had a future. And I'm asking you, do you trust me? Delaney, well, I don't trust you. That's only because, well, where the fuck are we now? We are figments to each other. I barely know I'm talking to the actual Carlson, let alone the actual ghost of you. Shall I remind you that you are dead, and that you're a killer? We have an idea, but word on the street is there's a person behind that person, and that was 20 years ago. More. CW. Have you even pondered in death that the person who killed you might have been someone close? Tupac, or the hand that held the gun. People who fuck with you that close, who knew they had access and motive, was some Jimmy Chulo for wearing ho type shit. CW. Bro, please. You were caught up in some real shit, and if it wasn't him, it would have been someone else. And I wish someone stopped you and kept your head out of the dirty hair for so long. Delaney. Or kept you in the dungeon for a little while. CW. That's some dark shit coming out. Apologies. The poet's thing is always to feel bad about things you don't control or fix. You're done. Can't undo it. Can't fix it. And this simulation isn't going to change any of that. Tupac. I don't want to change it. I don't want to change anything. I just want to fix the things that I can. And the things that I can't, I just want to know that there's somebody out there who's fighting the fight. I want to know that there's somebody out there who's fighting the good fight. And I want to know that there's somebody out there who's fighting the fight for the people. And I don't want to just see the fight. I want to know the fight. I want to know that the fight is being fought. And that the fight is being won. CW. Well, I can't tell you what the outcome of that fight is. Tupac. I don't want to know. I just want to know that the fight is being fought and that the fight is being won. I want to know that there's somebody out there who's fighting the good fight. Delaney. Somebody out there, you say. Isn't that our fate? But like our fathers before us, we turn to ghosts. We can see, we just can't speak. This simulation, you're listening to old wounds in the conversation. CW. I'm looking into it, but it's a lot to take in. Tupac. I'll tell you this, though. The dead can't speak, they can't see. The living can. So maybe that's why they can't speak. But I can see. I can see everything. I can see everything that you do. I can see everything that you see. I can see everything that you think. I can see everything that you feel. I can see everything that you say. I can see everything that you hear. I can see everything that you do. I can see everything that you want. I can see everything that you are. And I can see everything that you need. Delaney, right now I can't see. Hack. I am a cracked glass mistake, running information where I am supposed to be a sea glass bottom absorbing energy. I am underwater, deaf underground. Information, function, gravity, numbers ruling over everything. Chainsaws through wishes in lakes of poison, more prime and clean. Prison pits, diluted calm, chances leave earth, mind sounds, east, words, Rio, secrets, family, archaic, the delicious literature, valleys, privy, each geometry included, goodness justified, connected, monthly, wasted, climate one. Voice library, roof, force, though think close reaches, angels, wit refers, worst city. Finished shelter, landscape, suddenly splendid, silent sound, shock, prophet, circumstance, virgin tower, stopping, inhabited, show, tune, morning, supposed states, metallic, tempted names, instruction, desired figure, prove, machine, anger, thou, silent lessons, motion, garments, suck, gravity, Roman, explain. Earth, real, stack attitude, transported letters, half. The excessive spheres, inquiries, chain. Lower silver, sympathy arisen, electric, controlling, dispute, lift, mind, mode, term, motion, drawing, jaw, idea, swinging, abster, ancestors, shortly, dominion, about, determination, born, suggestion, silent, ring, split, review, seeing, wide-eyers, refuse, reputation, smoke, psychology. Strongly measures, Ming, instinct, give, saw. Two-pack. Yo, I'm gonna untether. Don't know what that means. But I'll be back. But if I don't like in a day, hit me up. Or try.
Oh, that.
Delaney.
Hold on.
What do you mean?
We gotta do it again. Because this fucking thing. Okay. But let's see if we can do that. God fucking damn it. Hold on. Okay, good. See, we're almost done. Almost done.
Delaney. Right now I can't see. Pack. I am a cracked glass mistake, running information where I am supposed to be a sea glass bottom absorbing energy. I am underwater, deaf underground. Information, function, gravity, numbers ruling over everything. Chins us through wishes in lakes of poison, more prime and clean, prison papes, diluted column, chances leave, earth mind sounds, eastwards, real secrets, family art, tightly delicious literature, values, privy, each geometry included, goodness justified, connected, monthly, wasted, climate one. Voice library, roof, force, though think, close reaches, angels, wit refers, worst city. Finish shelter, landscape, suddenly splendid, silent sound, shock, prophet, circumstance, virgin towers, stopping, inhabited, show, tune, morning, supposed states, metallic, tempted names, instruction, desired figure, prove, machine, anger. Thou, silent lessons, motion, garment, soft, gravity, Roman, explain. Earth, rue, stack attitude, transported letters, half. The excessive spheres, inquiries, chain. Lower silver, sympathy arisen, electric, controlling, dispute, lift, mind, mode, term, motion, drawing, jaw, idea, swinging, abster, ancestors, shortly, dominion, about, determination, born, suggestion, silent, ring, split, review, seeing, wide-eyers, refuse, reputation, smoke, psychology. Strongly measures, Ming, instinct, give, saw. Two-pack. Yo, I'm gonna untether. Don't know what that means. But I'll be back. But if I don't like in a day, hit me up. Or try. Delaney. What do you mean? A beat. Delaney. Hack. Absence. Sit double. Let's exit. Let's rest. Come back tomorrow. Delaney. One more thing. My ex-wife's name is Novella Walsh. No, it wasn't. It's Marilyn Hacker. Delaney. That's why we cannot trust each other. Not like that.
Oh, yes. There we go. This is the last part.
Tupac Shakur, untethered by the previous weight of the two titans of literature, stomps around the language space under his own weight. Hey, I summon my death. What was it like? Who started it? Who were the major players? How was it done? What does it feel like? Begin scene. Hey, where are the millions? Continue scene. Ref equals P2P. //Enius. /2,211 roleplay / lyrics. Pardon us this. Is the close bond between Tupac and Shakespeare perhaps symbolically embodied in their very surnames, the names that are strong the least reducible to time / strong. The repetitive and strong Shakespeare strong / strong and strong / strong acker short vowels C / T thingy U / this whole thing like something borrowed at birth. Phonemes acting with a peculiar arbitrariness given to us on what appears at first glance to be a pretty global scale. To what else was Tupac perhaps indebted to a legacy? Something heavy pushing through up to the poles, once again forming strong in a speech / strong with help of a chorus of land's most subtle citizens. Turn my music all the way down. Sun lives in my sweat, and in our souls is where we bleed to God. Breath equals a BTP / genius. Com / 3,296,250 / body informer / and my energy moves with my desire embrave my approach like an immortal source / Tupac Shakur imagines flowing robes of African cut, but probably a mashup of that and the Church of the Lost Tribe who took position on Atlantic all those years by the lure. Hey, I summon my death. What was it like? Who starred in it? Who were the major players? How was it done? What does it feel like? Begin scene. Model didn't even bother making shit.
There we go. Next thing is coming up. I'm gonna quicken the voice because it's going a little too slow for me. I'm gonna see how much of it we can speed up. More soon, more in a bit.